Thank you all so much for being here this evening. What a wonderful evening this is, and we knew right away that someone like Clint Bryant has way too many friends to hold a reception like this at the Maxwell House. And having walked in here and see this environment, I can't think of a better location than to honor more than 34 years of service to so many things. First and foremost to Augusta University, but to our student athletes and all of our athletic programs. I can't think of a better location to do that than right here in Christenberry Fieldhouse. And so we appreciate everyone coming. I'll promise to keep my remarks short so we can enjoy the festivities we have here. My script says thank you so much for being here as we bid farewell to Coach Bryant, and that's not what we're doing tonight. We're not bidding farewell to Coach Bryant. We're celebrating the incredible legacy he has left to this institution. He ain't going anywhere, and we're awful glad about that. And there's no way we can adequately express our appreciation to all that you've done, Coach. Yeah, thank you. We have a number of very important guests I want to point out tonight if I can, and this is the dangerous thing because I'm sure I'll forget someone. If I do, please forgive me. I saw the Honorable Congressman Rick Allen was in the audience. Congressman, where are you? Congressman Allen was here just a minute ago. He's here. Thank you so much for being here. Ms. Brinsley Thigpen, the congressional staffer for Mr. Allen, is here too. Brinsley, thank you for being here. Ms. Maria Cook, the congressional staffer for U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock, is here, and Mr. Reginald Coffer, congressional staffer for U.S. Senator John Ossoff, is also here as well. Would you please join me in giving them a round of appreciation? Applause. Thank you. In addition, we have some of the members of our commission here: Commissioner William Fenoy, Commissioner Sean Frantum, Commissioner Dennis Williams, and Commissioner Alvin Mason. Would you please also join me in thanking them for being here? In addition, we have the Honorable Jared Williams, District Attorney for the Augusta Judicial Circuit, and the Honorable Judge Ashley Wright is also here. Would you please thank them for us? Thank you. And we have a number of friends, not only to Clint, but to this university. We want to thank them. Dave Brunk for the Commission from the Peach Belt Conference is here. We also have Mr. Don Grantham, former Augusta Commissioner. Don has been a longtime friend for this university and continues to be so. We greatly appreciate all the great work that he continues to do for us. And Dr. Bill Bloodworth, the former president of Augusta State University, is also here too. Bill, thank you so much for being here. There are too many to name, but I also want to welcome our foundation and board members this evening. If you're a member of one of our foundations or a board member, would you please raise your hand? Thank you all so much for being here too. I can't begin to express how grateful we are for Coach Bryant, who is celebrating so many successes after 34 years of leading Augusta University Athletics. Under Coach's leadership, Augusta's programs have brought home national, regional, and conference championships. Along with multiple program additions and facility upgrades, Augusta University has seen numerous teams qualify for NCAA regional competition in recent years, while 28 teams have earned national rankings. The Augusta men's golf program won back-to-back Division I NCAA championships in 2010 and 2011, and in 2018, golfer Brock Everett won the NCAA National Championship. And Coach, we will never be able to thank you enough for being instrumental in helping us bring home that level of acknowledgement for this university. We greatly appreciate that. Clint himself has been named Division II Athletic Director of the Year and selected to the NCAA's Division II 40th Anniversary Team. Coach is concluding his historic career this season with Augusta volleyball team reaching the NCAA Elite Eight for the first time in school history, as well as our men's basketball program reaching the final game of the national championship. And Coach Demetrius is here. Coach, where are you? Thank you so much for leading the charge on that. His team was undefeated in this house, and Coach, no pressure, but we expect the same thing next year. he can't do it without all of you. So while he and his folks are going to be on this court, we want to see you in these stands to help him do this again next year. Along with serving on campus, Clint has also made a huge impact in the community, taking on leadership roles with the Kiwanis Club of Augusta, the United Way of the CSRA, 100 Black Men of Augusta, and the National Kidney Foundation of Georgia. Clint, there are a few of your friends here that would also like to celebrate with us today. Coach Tubby Smith, the men's basketball head coach for several universities across the country, as well as a little school in Athens known as University of Georgia. Stan Johnson, Executive Director of the Minorities Opportunities Athletic Association, and Earlston Bean, Jr., a former student mentee, are here. And I'm going to ask them if they would just come up in order. So we'll hear first from Tubby Smith, then we'll hear from Stan Johnson, and then we'll hear from Earlston Bean. Then I'm going to also, at the end of that, ask a former President Bill Bloodworth if he'd come forward to say a few words. And then Mayor Hardy Davis has got something he wants to present as well. So, Coach Smith.
Good evening, well, good afternoon, everyone. What a great day this is. I know everybody's here to celebrate Clint's, I guess, departure, and I can see you all excited about it. No, it's not. So many of you showed up. No, this is a beautiful thing. I announced my retirement, and my wife didn't show up. So oh Lord, it's no. I'm going to be brief because my wife tells me I get a little long-winded, but Clint and I go back to the days we were both high school players. I was at Great Mills High School, he was at Bishop McNamara. Now you can tell he's a little bit younger than I am, or can you? But and then we crossed paths when he was at Belmont Abbey and I was playing, and I was at High Point College. Now we're competing, we both get into college coaching. He's at Clemson, I'm at VCU and at South Carolina, and we bumped heads, but it's been a great relationship. And we've had a wonderful friendship. He's taken me home before and spent time with his family, and I see his lovely family there. I know Trish is, when this, you all can appreciate it, and my wife the same way, when the portal, the transfer portal came out, my wife was all excited, and she said, but you came in one day and said, I'm going to put my name in the portal. Congratulations on your retirement, Clint. This is, welcome to the club. We wish you a long and healthy and happy retirement. It's, enjoy the journey. I'm trying to. I see you have your kids here and your grandkids here, and that's what we're doing. We're getting back tomorrow to go watch our granddaughter perform. But enjoy this journey of life, and and cherish every moment. That's what I hope to do as well, and have fun. They don't make them like Clint Bryant anymore, but then they actually they never did. By that I mean he's one of a kind. A guy that honest, he's been a mentor. Obviously his leadership here for so many years, and longevity has its reward. And thank God that you kept your health and stayed in this position, and people appreciate that. Again, we love you, and on behalf of all the college coaches, especially African American, black coaches, because Clint was one of the first black assistant coaches at a major college in the history of college basketball. And so he's been an inspiration. He's had a major impact, and he's influenced so many young people. I know whenever we would talk, he would always comment about how his players, student athletes, how his staff and coaches here at Augusta, how important they were. And that's why he's been so successful, because you really don't know how much, you don't care how much someone know, how much they know, until you know how much they care. And he's always cared, and that's why he's had so much success. So God bless you, good luck. Let's play golf.
Hello, I'm Stan Johnson, and I didn't know I was speaking. So Clint normally does this to me. I met Clint back in 1988. I don't look that old, but I met Clint back in 1988 when I came to work for the NCAA as Director of Professional Development. My job was to work and develop minorities and women's careers in athletics for the NCAA. Clint has been a champion for us and individuals that are interested in the administration of athletics. Clint has been that champion for us across the country. For about until 2000, when the NCAA moved to Indianapolis, I didn't go. Clint, myself, a gentleman by the name of Stan Wilcox, a young lady by the name of Alfreda Goff, a gentleman by the name of Charlie Wickham and Dan Bogan sit down at an NCAA convention, and at that time, we said there was no organization for minority administrators in athletics. So the six of us founded that organization, and Clint became our first president. For 6 years, he served as president and chair of the board of that organization. We watched that organization grow from about 25 individuals when we first got started to today. We have over 1,000 members right now. And Clint was instrumental in helping us grow that. He's been always a champion for individuals to help individuals be able to be successful. Not only just for minority individuals, but for anybody. We have to say that. It's just for anybody. He's championed both black, white, green, red, pink, yellow, whatever you want to call it. And he's been that kind of person. He's done that for me. He's been a mentor for me for a long time. He's assisted me in a number of different ways. And I could tell you stories, but I'm not going to do that because his wife's here. And that would not be good. But he has been one of the champions through the NCAA, and on behalf of MOA, its membership, the board, and on behalf of NACTA, which he's worked as well, I want to say thank you for all of your support. And because you are retiring does not mean you're out of it. We're going to keep you involved in some kind of way because he's just that kind of person. I know you're going to go play golf a lot, so we'll have you come back. We need a golf tournament. You know that, don't you? Clint, thank you for all the things that you've done. And I couldn't have, I flew in this morning from Kansas City. When he said he was retiring, I said, you just tell me when the party is. And I will be here, and I'm going to be here. Thank you for all your support and all the things that you do.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Earlston Bean. I'm currently the Senior Associate Athletic Director at Indiana University, Bloomington, Indiana. I want to talk to you today about a standard of excellence, coach, in which he is affectionately known as, a term that embodies leadership. He has coached not only myself, along with multiple coaches and administrators on what it means to excel in this profession at a high level. I was first impacted by Coach when I was in middle school when I attended the Clint Bryant basketball camp right here in Christenberry Fieldhouse. As a camper, I was exposed to a future that I didn't know existed and was a gateway to a relationship with Coach. Now, let's fast forward to when I was in grad school in Daphne, Alabama. I knew I wanted to work in sports, I just didn't know in what capacity. I needed a mentor, someone who possessed excellence, someone who is genuine, someone who is fair and firm. Most importantly, I needed a person who would take a chance and believe in me. That person was Coach Bryant. While as an intern for Coach in the athletics department, I learned a key component of being an effective leader is surrounding yourself with people that hold each other accountable to a standard of excellence. Coach has impacted my life and career more than he will ever know. He's always been there for me, In turn, I make it a conscious effort to always have time for others. Representation matters, as he was that for me, and now I am that for the current generation. With Coach Bryant's mentorship, I'm currently where I am today, and I'm forever grateful, and I look forward and hope to impact our future athletic administrators as you have done for me. We all know of his astronomical list of accomplishments, in which 2 minutes will not allow me to address, but a few of them are graduating student athletes and competing for championships, which we all knew but wanted to recognize. This is another standard of excellence. His excellence is more than a number, and I'm standing here because of his impact on me and countless others. With that being said, congratulations, Coach, on a hell of a run. Thank you.
Dr. Bloodworth, would you mind coming forward and saying a few words as well, please?
Clint Bryant, Coach Bryant. I think once a coach, always a coach. And one of the few people, maybe the only one I can think of right now, who has worked at this school under all of its names. Augusta College, Augusta State University, Georgia Regents University, and Augusta University. I came here as president of what was in Augusta College in 1993, and I found Coach Bryant. He had been here for a few years before me. He was head men's basketball coach and athletic director. And one of my earliest memories is being in the stands over there when Clint is coaching. Trish is close to us with their two daughters, who at that time were about this tall. And Trish is really giving the referees hell. In 1996, Clint decided that he would prefer to leave coaching and just be athletic director. And so I gave him an additional title. It was actually called Administrative Associate to the President, but it made him a member of my president's cabinet. So for all those years from 1996 to 2012, I had Clint's wisdom and his advice at least once a week. And I can tell you, he is a man who cares about students, not just student athletes, but all students, and the advice that he gave me. I learned from him. You know, I came here as president without really having much experience in intercollegiate athletics, but I learned from Clint. And for that, I'm deeply appreciative. And Clint, I wish you the very best in all the years to come, and I hope there are a whole lot of them. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bloodworth. At this time, I'm going to ask the Honorable Hardy Davis, if you please come forward for a special presentation. But before I do, I want to take this opportunity, Mr. Mayor, to thank you for your many years of service to Augusta. I put him on the spot and asked him what he's going to do when he gets through. Just like the politician, he said, I haven't decided yet. But we look forward to having you continue to serve in whatever way that your good Lord takes you. So thank you so much for what you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Hardy Davis.
Dr. Carroll, I appreciate those kind words. They tell me it's the Peter Pan syndrome. You never want to grow up. So I'm going to continue to have that insatiable curiosity. I'm delighted to be here. We refer to him as Coach. I see so many friends in the audience, folks that I've watched grow up under his leadership, not only his leadership, but him as a mentor. I've had the great privilege of knowing Coach for, 30 plus years. I didn't have the fortune of playing basketball for him, but I had the fortune of being told off one time too many by him about some stuff that might have been going on, and I appreciated that. The last time Coach Bryant and I were in this building together, there was actually an earthquake that took place. You remember that? We were here talking with the folks from the Warrior Alliance, and there was an earthquake that was happening right here in Augusta. And you've had that kind of impact on the lives of so many people, and we're grateful for that. Would you join me in just giving him a round of applause? Whether it's playing ball, cooking for kids out here at the ball field, making sure that they're fishing and all of those things, we're grateful for that and all that you've done. In recognition of Coach Clint L. Bryant Day, he has served as head coach for the Augusta men's basketball team for 9 seasons. We're gathering here today to celebrate his 34 years of providing commitment and care to Augusta University as the director of athletics. You've heard from others who have watched him grow and make an indelible mark on the lives of so many. Coach Bryant has firmly established himself as one of the most reputable administrators and leaders for equity in the state of Georgia, the Southeast, and in the nation, while overseeing 13 sport athletic departments. And whereas Coach Bryant's leadership has led Augusta's coaches and student athletes to great success on and off the field, courts, classrooms, setting an expectation of excellence, proven by Augusta being named the recipient of the Peach Belt Conference President's Academic Award. A highly visible and respected individual, locally, regionally, and of course nationally. He brings an infectious enthusiasm to each because he champions what he does because of who he is. There's a long list of organizations: Greater Augusta Sports Council, National Association of Black Sports Professionals, United Way of the CSRA, Augusta City Classic, the Warrior Alliance, 100 Black Men of America, Black Men of MCG, Collegiate 100, and the list goes on. This is the tireless individual who is well deserving of this moment of retirement that hopefully in a few weeks we can get out there and fish a little bit, and I can show you I still got it as well. And so today, Coach Bryant, he's led by example. He's used his gifts to change the lives of others. Classmates, teammates, employees, and mentees are appreciative of his time, his talents, his commitments to their success, and their ongoing efforts to what each and every one of them has done and will continue to do. And so on behalf of the city of Augusta, we do hereby proclaim June the 10th, 2022 as Clint L. Bryant Day in Augusta, Georgia, in recognition of his numerous contributions. And we set our hand to this seal caused today, June the 10th, 2022. Coach, would you come forward? We also have another gift for him. It's one thing for him to have been the key to so many of our success and made a mark in our lives. And on behalf of the city of Augusta, we present you with a key to the city.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And Coach, that key's not going to get you very far, so I wouldn't take it. You've all heard many words used to describe Coach Bryant, and I've had a chance to see a good many of you tonight, and each one of you have, in your own way, expressed that. I am not able to express appreciation that I personally have for this individual, what he has done for this institution, but more importantly than that, what he's done for our students. They have always been first and foremost in his heart. and in everything that he does. When you talk about trying to honor someone who spent 34 years of his life doing anything, that's a tall order. And we have struggled trying to not to want to honor Coach Bryant, but to want to do it in such a way that befits someone who's devoted so much of his life and his efforts to this institution and to all that it means. Ingrid, just 1 second. In trying to determine how best to do this, you all have heard and know that Coach Bryant loved basketball. He loved all sports, of course, and supported all sports equally. But I don't know this, but I have a feeling basketball is a special place in your heart. That's what I thought. And this place, this court that you're standing on, has a special place, I'm sure, in Coach Bryant's heart. It certainly does for us at this university. So we thought one way, Coach, one small way in what we do, but we hope will be a very large way in what it means to all of us, is from this day forward, this will be the Clint L. Bryant Court. We will make this permanent over the summer, and at the first basketball game, home basketball game we have, we want to invite all of you back so we can formally unveil the Clint L. Bryant Court. Coach, I'm going to turn things over to you.
I'm going to ask Trish and Lauren and Kristen and my son-in-law Kevin and my grandson August to join me, because they all know I'll cry at the drop of a hat. And in 1988, when I got here to Augusta, later on, the chair of the Board of Regents was Joe Green. And I didn't understand at that time the magnitude of my hiring here. But later on, I figured it out. And I promised to myself that this wouldn't be Augusta College, but it would be Augusta's College. And no matter what the name has been, regardless of that, this is Augusta College. I really am touched by the number of you here tonight. Judge Bowen and Perry Clark, a good friend of mine, and others, and I'll get in trouble. But the thing that's been more important to me over the years are the number of student athletes that have played for me. And all those student athletes, regardless of the sport, has been like my children. I went from being kind of like their big brother to their father, and lately I'm like their granddad. So I'd like to thank all of the presidents that I worked for, Dr. Dick Wallace, who hired me, Dr. Bloodworth for so many years, Ricardo Aziz, Martha Farmer, and now Brooks. They've always gave me the latitude to do what I needed to do for these kids. Now you look around this building and you're going to see all of these athletic achievements, from national championships to banners in the stand to conference and NCAA participants. And that's important, and we appreciate that. But the thing that I'm most proud of is in the 34 years that I've been here, we've graduated over 1,100 student athletes. And that is why we have intercollegiate athletics. And we should never forget that, because many of those students were first-time graduates or college graduates. 10 o'clock this morning, I had a former player come by, and he was a freshman along with two other guys, my first freshman class, and he brought to me, and I think Trish got it here, a plaque of them then and now. And it had nothing to do, because those first 2 years, I don't think we won but about 12 games. Got our brains beat in. But the third year, we played for the conference championship. And I didn't realize then that I realize now the kind of impact that those young men felt that I had on their lives. And that's it. Trish and I will continue to be a part of this community. We've made so many outstanding relationships here, and people have treated us really, really well. And I consider all of you very, very, very close friends that's very, very dear to my heart. Now, if you guys love me like you say you love me, up here on the board, we have a photo, what you call that thing? Yeah, but what you call the thing when you take your phone?
Oh, QR code?
QR code, you know. I'm old school. I can't even work the damn cell phone. Trish just bought me a new cell phone, and it sits on one side of the house, and I talk and it start doing stuff. And so, but it's got a PR code. But the thing is that if you can, and if you will, please give kindly to the Clint Bryant Athletic Scholarship Endowment. I was fortunate enough about 8 years ago that a guy that's in the room tonight, that Noel and Jean Brown gave the first $50,000 to start my scholarship, and they followed that up with another $100,000, and now we're about $250,000. And my goal is to take that endowment to $1 million so we can provide opportunities for student athletes across all of our sports to be able to get a college education. And they don't get no better education in the country than they get right here in Augusta, Georgia. Now, I know this is a little bit strange. I got some people that worked in this building, Brenda Reese in Alberta. Somebody came in here the other day. The building looks like crap outside, but inside this building, it looks as well as it did when we moved in here in 1991. And it had a large amount of respect to the people who took a lot of pride in making sure this building clean. They are here tonight. I have several of my assistants, Nina and Patty Waggy and Michelle Powers and Danny Reynolds. They are here tonight. They were all my assistants for all those years. Now, if I could engage you, if you would, if you were a student athlete in any capacity at Augusta University, please come up, please, please. Any of my student athletes, Keenan, Chad, I see some of you guys out there, Kevin Mitchell, I see you coming. Come on, Chad. Come on. Yeah, good. There's a guy I see over there named Keith Harris. He was from D.C. We named him Go-Go. If you, and Buck Harris, look at Buck and Oliver Otley, God. And now if you're a student athlete at Augusta University in any capacity, please come forward. If you are one of our campers, over the 25 years that I run the Clint Bryant basketball camp, please come forward. There sits Perry Smith, a young man that 6'8", who's going to be a freshman at the University of Vermont this fall. If you work with me in any capacity over the years at Augusta College, Augusta State, Augusta GRU, Augusta, please come forward. Any capacity, please come up here. Start a line over there. Come on, hey, Patty. Come on. I know there's some more of you out there. Michael Ash, come on. All of them. Helen Hindy, Sybil Surratt. Oh, my God. Adam Moore. Come forward, please. Jamelia Davis, Dr. Bill Bloodworth. Russell, come on, Russell. Who else is out there? I was telling you about Alberta and Brenda Reese. Now, people, you got to understand one thing, guys. If you want to know what's going on in your building, don't spend no time talking to everybody. You go get the custodians and the people around, and guess what? Buy them a soda and sit down, and you get the real deal. and Miss Brenda know I used to do that all the time if I really wanted to know what was going on in this building. If you have worked with me in this community on any of my projects, from Operation Survival to gang violence to whatever, from United Way and all that, please come from Boys and Girls Club. Come on. LT in the Boys and Girls Club. We got Henry England CSRA Classic. Come on. Who else we got out there? Come on, Kim. We got Kim. Okay. Now, if you coached with me or been a fellow coach or any of that, please come forward. Please come forward at this time. Come on, Tubby. Come on, Tubby. Come on, Perry. Come, Tubby. Come, Perry. Here they come. Come on, Tubby, stop talking. Tubby didn't tell you about every time I played him, he beat me. When I was in the ninth grade, he said, I know they didn't send your little skinny butt out here to guard me. And guess what? He dusted me off then. You know? Now, if you have been a person who's helped me in this community from a business standpoint, that's Coca-Cola and Ken Hardy, I see you out there, and all of those people, please come forward at this time. All of you, come on. Chris Cunningham, I know you out there, come on. AGA, Don Grantham, come on. Big Don, come on, Don, I see you out there, buddy. Now, if you have been a doctor that helped keep me alive all these years, please come forward. Come on, Bill Barfield. Bill Barfield birthed my babies. Here's Ron Brown, Joe Dropsky, Dr. Neckbone. Y'all don't realize I was 48 years old and had a tonsillitis, tonsillectomy, then I had to go back in 3 days later because it ruptured. And man, I never wanted to see Dr. Neckman again in my life. If you are in this building and you consider yourselves a friend of Clint Bryant's in any capacity, will you please come forward?
There's a whole, there it is. Everybody. Come on.
I have a friend here named Ron Quarles. He and I have been friends for 56 years. We go back to Hannah Place in Southeast Washington, D.C. And I got my good friend Don Beatty, who is the Chief Justice in the state of South Carolina. He and Angie are godparents to our daughters. And I did this to just show you that everybody in this room is up here with me. And that's what's important. So I would like to give each one of you a round of applause for putting up with me all these years. The night is young. Please enjoy yourself. I think Jennifer Schufert did the food. She is outstanding. There's still some drinks over there, some hospitality. Enjoy yourself. If I haven't got a chance to talk with you, please come by and say hello. We have a book over there that Trish wants you to sign. And guess what, guys? I'm going to retire for about 4 months or 6 months, and then I got to get the hell out the house. Because I don't know about you guys. I've been thinking about it, Richard. I've been studying over it. And I said to myself, I don't know if I'm ready to do this. And so thank all of you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my life. And I got much love for all of you. And go Jags. Thank you. Hey, buddy.